So, now that we have that Pt.25 summons, let's go to where it asks us to. Oh wait, but first, there is another more important thing that we really need to do. I think the best option would be from Gilbert's lamp. Oh, almost forgot to level up too.
Welcome. What is it? Very well. Let me.
2 levels. Where should these go? Skill it is.
Good hunter. Your presence somehow soothes. They course your veins. Good hunter. Your presence somehow soothes. I sense the ancient echoes. Farewell, good hunter. May you find...
Also worth noting, the music in the Hunter's Dream has changed, as well as the sky. If you manage to have 50 in sight before killing Rom, the music will change to this, but not the sky. And if you go back down from 50 before killing Rom, it'll go back to the standard track. And to the witch's abode. Remember when I said it would be the last time we went there? I lied. Back out we go. Oh, come on. Ah, jerk. Yeah. I think it's interesting to note that here is not the blood moon. And again, this area is filled with executioners. Living animated horses. You don't see those much in most From Software games. So normally they're just laying around dead. Though Dark Souls 2 has one. It's pretty cool as a boss fight. And it's nice they exist outside the cutscene a bit. Let's get into the carriage. Off to Pt.25. And then the snow starts falling. Very, very neat looking castle. Now, I'm gonna change my clothes since I don't need this Tomb Prospector stuff anymore. Where's the chard set? Now, but first, the horses arrived, and then suddenly they keeled over and then appear to have been there like this for a very long time. How curious. And we've arrived at Castlevania-Hurst. Now, I spoke earlier how the Souls and Bloodborne type games are very reminiscent of Castlevania, and I think this really seals the deal. I mean, look at my outfit, and this weapon, which actually gets a bonus here, but we'll speak of that in a second. It's not upgraded, so I'm not going to use it. Back to Hunter's Dream. How far am I away from the next level? Maybe I can pop something and do that too.
Welcome home. What is very well.
Yeah, that's about 3,000-ish. I can do that.
Farewell, good mate.
Let's see. A little bit more.
Welcome. What? Very well. Let me.
All right, cool.
Farewell, good hunt, may.
And I believe that is the unseen headstone. Forsaken Castlevania-Hurst. Now, I've spoken about how serrated weapons such as this do an extra 20% damage when used against beasts like the werewolves, parl, etc. But there's another type of what I like to call lore damage, and that is called righteous. Sort of like holy type deal. And this Ludwig's Holy Blade, in both forms, does an extra 50% righteous damage to pretty much enemies that are only found here. Now, other righteous weapons, such as that threaded cane, but only in the cane form, do 20% damage, and then another weapon does 30. So, and rarely the other ones do 50, like this Ludwig's Holy Blade here. So, unlike the serrated weapons, it's a mixed bag of what you're gonna get based on what you see. I mean, based on what you're using. This castle is home to the Vile Bloods, these blood-sucking creatures. And they're pretty tough. These are known as bloodlickers. They mostly just patrol the outside. And they take a lot of damage. And you can see here how they have different sizes of blood sacs, like they're giant ticks or fleas or mosquitoes. And they hit hard. Oh. Case in point. The nice thing about these big ones is that they can't move very fast. Very easy to kill. Now this place is big on opulence. Notice all these, I'm guessing either marble or bronze. It's hard to tell with the lighting. Although I think they're bronze. I go back and forth. Not that it entirely matters on that specific detail. Gonna get me. Ooh. Careful what you wish for. I had such a difficult time when this first came out with this area. Still do, to a little bit, to a degree. It's rough. Oh. Case in point. Just want that open. Plenty of numbing mist, though I don't quite need it. It's pretty big here. It helps with what goes on inside. Come on. Okay, let's not get ganged up on by these guys. Phew. Now this place also has a bunch of fucking larval parasites on the ground, and I'd like to spend as little time as possible with them. As always. God, get fucked. They don't take any bonus righteous damage like those bloodworkers do. Unfortunately. Also, unfortunately, there's a ton of them. I'm somehow more accurate with these than an old man in a rocking chair. Alright, before we press forward, let's head back to Dream. I still need to equip that claw mark rune. It's gonna be very useful.
Welcome, what is... Very well,
Man, I'm getting echoes all over the place.
Farewell, good may...
Let's change the arcane defense for that claw mark. What's the last one? Visceral attacks restore HP. That's not bad to have. That's great for farming items. Since makes enemies drop items more often. And I believe that's also affected by your insight stat. I know for sure it works with your humanity in Dark Souls. It's the first one because that one you can actually have higher levels of it than just being human or not. Now, can skip by all these people. Now inside Castlevania-Hurst. Yeah, see, here they look like marble. Yeah, all servants still toiling away. But the first opportunity, they will hit you, and they will hit you hard. Oh. These do take extra righteous damage. There's also a lot of them. A damn lot of them. Whew. Now, These women are known as forsaking castle spirits. And of course, the servants are Cain servants. It might be a little difficult to see, but their eyes are covered and their hands are bound, though they do hold spectral blades. And if you recall conversations with Alfred, the executioners, one of the many violent arms of the Healing Church, came here to deal with the vile blood problem. Group of people who stole some blood and then partook in consuming it. New weapon. Raider Palash, German. I'd have to double check the meaning, but I believe it's like stabbing, running stab or something like that. I'll fact check that later. But wielded weapon by the Knights of Hurst. Combines an elegant knight's sword with the peculiar firearm wielded by the Hurst order, the old nobles. Long-time imbibers of blood are no strangers to sanguine plague, and the disposal of beasts was a discreet task left to their servants, or knights as they were called, for the sake of appearances. It's really neat. It's a rapier with a pistol built into it. I'm not necessarily doing a skill build or anything, but if I was, it'd be one of those ones I'd like to play around. I'd play around with it a little bit at least. Now, all these ghosts of women are crying. Notice they have, as I was saying, their hands are bound and their eyes are covered. But also, most importantly, is how they died. You'll see, they have in contrast to their very gray complexion, they have striking red, wounds across their throat as they were slit violently. Basically, what the Alfred and his executioners did were they came in, they rounded up everybody, and then they fulfilled their name and executed them without any prejudice, mercy, or anything to hold them back. Because they stole the blood and drank it. And it's pretty fucked up. Come on. I'm not falling for that trap. Yep, they want you to grab that item. So that you'll be surrounded by these ladies. I'd like to say I'm ending their suffering, but they come back on respawn, so, where's that dress? A finely tailored Bordeaux dress, worn by the nobles of the old bloodline that traces back to the forsaken Castle Canehurst. Very reminiscent of Ariana's outfit as well. In fact, I think it's the same dress. Making me wonder if she was descended from here, how did she get that otherwise? I don't think she was actually here or had anything to do with this place when the shit went down. I think she's more of a descendant, and she got that from family that managed to actually flee this place before it got really bad. And I'd like to take a moment to speak about the executioners that we saw back in Hemwick Charnel Lane. As you recall, they're the black-hooded, metal armor-wearing creatures with the giant, sort of giant cleaver weapons that we fought. And I've said previously that I believe they're under control of the witches. And I still currently believe that. But I want to provide grander context. I think they are, since they obviously share a name, Executioner, with Alfred's group, I believe that they're like sort of a little more advanced versions of the Hunter's minions, you know, the quote-unquote brick trolls that we see in Yharnam in general, that whose job it is to just assist in beast hunts around the city. And I think the Executioners are much like them in that they're low intelligence, and they kind of just point in a direction and go there, and just murder whatever's in front of them or do whatever the hell they're told, but just a little bit smarter, but also a little bit more unstable at the same time, and that allows them to be properly easily manipulated by the witches of Hemwick and do their dirty work for them, especially since after Canehurst here, through some arcane ritual, became what it is now, which is existing in a hunter's dream-esque state, or more closer to the catacombs. As from Charnel Lane we can see this place, but you can't access it without invite, which was the Arcanehurst summons. And so it's like, well, we can't do anything. We can't send anyone else back there because we can't get in. And it's like you can see it, but you can't visit it. So we're just gonna disband the Executioners, which is kind of what Alfred's talk alluded to, speaking as the Executioners almost in the past tense, like they're not necessarily active anymore, and since their role was to eliminate the Vile Bloods, and they can't really do it if you can't reach them, so they kind of just let a lot of those Executioners go and let come what may, and a lot of them became like servants for the witches, and it makes sense they're there because that was the old path to get here before the bridge was destroyed and that spell was taken over.